What's up, guys? Welcome to my channel. My name is Christian, and today I have a not so pleasant update, and that is that earlier this week one of my grandfathers passed away. And so with all of that being as it is, I wanted to give you guys the reminder to keep your loved ones close and to hold your loved ones close and to get to know them, because I knew my grandfather to a relatively good extent, but I didn't know him as well as a grandson should know his grandfather. And something that came to my mind as all this has been happening is that there are so many families out there that don't get to know other family members for stupid reasons, or they choose to not interact with them until they're on their deathbed, which is kind of what happened in this situation. Even though it wasn't much of a choice, we just couldn't because we lived so far away from each other. But yeah, anyway, I'm not even, I don't even really know where I'm going with this video. My mind's still kind of processing everything. But yeah, that's something that really came into my mind over the week, is that there are so many families out there that don't interact with each other, that don't hold each other close and interact with each other and love each other as they should. And that is so important in life, because you only get one chance to do so. You only get this life to do so. And you don't know when they're going to pass. And it can happen at a moment's notice, kind of like it was when my grandfather, even though we knew he was very sick, and we knew that it probably wasn't going to be much longer, we weren't expecting it to be the time that it was, because the last time we saw him, even though he was in pretty bad health, we thought he still had a good bit of time left. And it happened, I shouldn't say very suddenly, because again, he had a lot of health problems and was sick for a long time, but it did happen somewhat unexpectedly. And so that goes more into just don't let any kind of grudge, any kind of experience keep you from reaching out to your loved ones, unless, of course, it interferes with your safety, because you don't know how much time you have left. You don't know how much time they have left. Don't think that just because you and they are young, if you are, that you have all the time in the world left. You don't. Only God knows when we're going to die, and could be tomorrow, could be today, could be 100 years from now, but we don't know. And so it's so important to let go of whatever grudges you have. If it's a distance thing, it's important to make some kind of compromise, maybe meet each other halfway, but make some kind of compromise to see each other. If you have to go the full distance, then go the full distance, but get there and see your family, love them as they should be loved, and know them as you should know them, because that time is so precious and, in the grand scheme of things, so short. So we need to. And anyway, on a lighter note, we also went to see my brother in Texas, which was a great time. I got to play the new Kingdom Hearts game for a little bit, which was great. And he didn't have the God of War game, which I've been wanting to play for a long time. But anyway, I feel like I just completely killed the mood of this video. But yeah, again, I don't know where I'm going with this, but I just wanted to give you guys the reminder to keep your family close and keep trying to, get closer to them. Even if you are close, get closer to them. You can never be too close. And I, halfway through saying that, maybe, yeah, you can be too close, even with family members, depending on the circumstances. But do your part in interacting with them, because you don't know how much time you have left, and you don't know how much time they have left. And I'm blessed that I knew my grandfather as well as I did, but again, I did not know him as well as I should have known him, and I don't want you guys to go through that feeling of only interacting with someone when they're on their deathbed. And I did get to talk to him over the phone before he passed, but I didn't get to interact with him in person before he died, except for a few months ago when everything was still relatively all right. But the main thing is that he is now in heaven and he isn't suffering anymore. He was suffering for a long time with just not being able to walk, hardly being able to breathe, and getting tired so easily. And I mean a long time, meaning over the past few months before he died. And yeah, and I'm glad he's not suffering anymore because he was the type that, if he couldn't, I don't know how to put this, but he wouldn't have wanted to be hooked up to a machine his entire life and basically live in a shell and be kept alive just through machines, not being able to do anything or say anything or even really be aware of anything. He would not have wanted that. So, yeah, I'm glad that at least now his suffering is over and he's in heaven now. And I don't know, even though I didn't know him that well, again, I did know him somewhat, and it hit me especially hard just because I've been very open with you guys about, all the experiences with death I've had, and it's just been so much death in such a short amount of time that, I don't know, the death of my grandfather, because of the reasons I mentioned earlier about not knowing him that well, and just the fact that it's another death of a loved one. It's really taking its toll. It especially took its toll when I found out, but I've come to peace with it, somewhat, and I'm gaining more and more peace daily, or at least, as time goes on, maybe not daily, but yeah, just, I just wanted to share this message with you guys and remind you that it's so important to keep your loved ones close. If it's not blood family, then, treat your friends the same way, because the same thing can be said with them. You don't know how much time they have left, and I know all too well that friends can be just as family as blood family is, if not more. I have many, well, not many, but I have a few friends who I have a closer bond with than the majority of my blood family. So again, this doesn't only apply, not again, this is the first time saying it, but this doesn't only apply to blood family at a time. It applies to friends, it applies to family, it applies to whoever your loved ones are. So keep each other, I keep getting tongue tied. Keep each other close, and I love you guys. I want to thank you for all the support and for making me a better person, for boosting my confidence, and allowing me to be as personal as I am with you guys in these videos, because in the beginning, would have never been able to do it. So I thank you guys so much for your love and support. And all my social media stuff will be down below if you want to interact with me on there. Please be sure and do so. And yeah, thank you guys. Keep each other close. Know that I'm always here. If you need me, be sure to message me if YouTube even allows that anymore. But if not, I'm just a comment away. So please, if you need anything at all, talk to me. I'm here for you guys just as much as you've been here for me. So just know that I love you guys, and I will see you in the next one. And something I forgot to mention is, yes, I got a haircut. I got it shortly before we went to my grandfather's in Texas. So yeah, this will be like this for quite a while. But anyway, that's irrelevant. I will see you guys in the next one. God bless.